Hey everybody, Mark Russo here. I just want to give you a quick tip here about the role of your shoulders in the golf swing. Typically what I'm seeing in some of my lessons is a lot of variation in what the shoulders do within the movement of the swing. And what happens is the arms and the shoulders move and react to each other, usually in a negative way for some of my students who get extreme one way or the other. So first off, one of the big ones that I see a lot of is, and first let's talk about the shoulders for a second, how they maintain their tilt in the swing as we rotate. We're maintaining some bend in the hips. So if we lose that bend, the shoulders come up. If we add bend, the shoulders go down. So one of the ones I'm typically seeing with students is, when they go back, the shoulders will flatten and we will lose some of that bend in the waist. And typically what happens here is the arms get super flat and there's really no way to turn your shoulders back into position, okay? So we get a little bit stuck, and what they will typically do is tilt their body to try and get the club back to the ball. Now that's not hard and fast, but a lot of the students that I see will do that. Shoulders get flat, arms get around, and then we tilt and drop the club inside usually. Drop kicks, fat shots, you name it. Some really bad contact misses, okay? The opposite would be the students who go back and steepen their shoulders. So their arms get around and then they're stuck, so the only place to go is out. They're going to try and find the path of least resistance to get back to the ball, and that's this way and out to the ball. Okay, so for the person who turns their shoulders too flat, a good feel for you would be, feel like your left shoulder, and we'll illustrate it with the tip of the stick here, goes down more. Okay, so the left shoulder goes down and maintain my bend here. And now I can get my arms in a position where now I can shift and get the club in front of me. For the person who steepens too much, you almost want to feel as if your left shoulder stays very high going back, okay? Now those two positions look very similar for those two issues, but it's about feel, what feels different to what you normally do, an exaggeration of something different to make you move and get better. So the person who is too steep, flatten those shoulders a little bit more, feel like the left shoulder stays high. So again, we can turn and pivot back correctly and get the club in front of us. Understand what your shoulders should be doing and how to maintain the proper amount of tilt in your golf swing, and you'll really, really strike the ball a lot better, have a much better chance of hitting it more solid all around. Hope that helps, and we'll see you on the lesson tee.